All right, everybody, you've made it to your third workout of hard work, and you've had 2 mobility workouts for the week there. Well, you haven't done them, but you have to. So this one's pivot and post. We're really focusing on that loading of the hip through rotation, which is important in your backswing and your downswing. And we've got some isometric stability work peppered in there because it's week 1. All right, let's get ready. Ready to go, Jarrett?
Always.
So first move is going to be soccer kicks. You're imagining you have a soccer ball between the legs that you're juggling. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you're gonna start maybe a little lighter, just keeping the invisible ball dabbled up there. And then as your hips get warmed up, you're gonna get the knees out, coming out more, the hips more externally rotated, the feet a little bit higher. Jared and I are gonna make a run for the invisible ball World Cup.
My money's on you.
I rode the bench, so I wouldn't place bets on that. All right, and done. Next move, squat oblique knee pulls. Coming down into a squat, elbow to opposite knee. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So maybe starting a little shallow as far as the depth of your movement as you get more comfortable with the range. And then just getting deeper each time. There we go. So really working that rotation. He's really powering up through that standing leg. Powerful hip extension, just like when you're driving a golf ball. 2, 1, and done. All right, next move, we've got lunge rotation. So you're just gonna step out, rotate over that lead leg, step back, and alternate. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. There we go. Heart rate should be getting up. Letting Jarrett demo the rest because getting out of breath in the warm-up and instructing is pretty tough.
Just keep breathing.
Just keep on breathing. Keep it together, keep it together, keep it together.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. All right, everyone, arm circles. Very self-explanatory. Let's get the arms out to the side and we're gonna do little circles backwards. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So we got little circles backwards, progressing to medium circles. Move out of the way so I don't get smoked by his wingspan.
Go,
and
go,
big
gadget
circles.
arms.
And now we're gonna dial it back down. Forward circles, little tiny circles. Baby circles. Medium-sized circles. And big circles.
Yeah.
There we go, Michael Phelps.
Swimming for gold.
All right. Okay, everybody, that's your warm-up. Remember, you've got your extended warm-up on file there if you want to get a little more spicy. So Jarrett is going to do a dead bug. We are going to do the most basic version of this. So we're actually going to break it into 2 parts. So we've got a ball here to pre-activate his core, and we're going to do 30 seconds of arms only, 30 seconds of legs 30 seconds of legs only. And then in later editions, you'll see us do dead bugs with different modifications. Okay, so here we go. So you can see here, that he's got a 90-degree angle in his knees, 90 degrees at the hips. Holding the ball here makes sure that he stays engaged here, lower ribs stay tucked, and he doesn't lift his low back from the ground. So we're just gonna do arms only. Show them what that is, Jared. There we go. All right, everybody at home, that's the move. In 3, 2, 1, go. So you've got arms only here for 30 seconds. Then what he'll do is he'll stop moving his arms and he's gonna lower one leg at a time. You're not actually coming down to the floor, you're just gonna hover. If you have limited shoulder mobility, it's okay to have a little bit of a bend in the elbow. This is more about the core than it is the arms. Good stuff. And make sure you maintain that gentle breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs only. Here we go. Nope, not arms. Getting a little too excited. So he's hovering the legs. You're gonna feel tempted here to lift your low back from the ground. That's the point of this exercise. You keep that low back tight to the floor, neutral spine. Don't cheat by just tucking the pelvis under. I want that 90-degree angle and the hips maintained. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, everybody. Regardless of that being a modified version, it is still a spicy exercise.
Part of a balanced breakfast, those dead bugs.
Whoop, whoop. All right, so the next exercise we're gonna do is a bird dog, but we're gonna hold each side for 30 seconds. A bird dog, you get down on all fours, make sure your knees are hip width, hands are shoulder width, and you're not locking the elbows out. What I'm doing is I'm stretching out opposite limbs here. I'm making sure that my pelvis stays level, and it's just, I should be able to put a broomstick down diagonally across from my back leg to my arm. Now, one thing I really don't want you to do is as you reach out, arching the back. Now, if you want to do modified bird dog, you can either do one arm or you can do one leg. It's all up to what you're capable of. We're gonna hold one side for 30 seconds and then switch to the other. Let's get ready. Here we go, Jarrett. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So he's got his right arm out, left leg back. He's got a great neutral spine here. His pelvis is level. I could put my dinner on his back. This is an anti-rotation exercise. So the way we train movement is by controlling movement. So if you want to earn the right to rotate in the golf swing, you need to master movements like this. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Other side. Here we go. So you're making sure that back heel is pressed out towards the wall behind you. You're feeling the work in the glute, and it's stretching all the way up that posterior chain across the body into that opposite arm. So many components being worked here. Remember, don't lock that elbow. You're almost there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come on down. Great work, everybody. That was your stability primer. We are gonna hop into the primaries. So we have an iso lunge, which you did last time, but honestly, from a rotational, a lateral, a sagittal control standpoint, you really can't get enough of those. However, the good news is you're only holding this for 30 seconds on each side as opposed to 60 seconds. So you know what that exercise is, isometric lunge. The next exercise is going to be a resisted half T. Jarrett is going to get down onto the ground here. And you're gonna have the band underneath you, and you're either just gonna keep the knees down as you reach out to the side, and I'm not rotating my body, I'm just pulling the band out. If you want to go for a little bit more of a challenge, you can do a knee raise, which is an isometric quadruped hold as you do that exercise. So choose your modification. It's completely up to you. We got 30 seconds on each side for that one. Ooh. All right, let's drop into that isometric lunge in 3, 2, 1, and go. So you can see that he's just hovering his back knee away from the floor. He's keeping his chest lifted. This is not a runner's lunge where you're leaning forward. Yep, that's the difference. So you should feel quite a bit of work. You'll feel a lot of tension in that hind quad, and you'll feel a lot of tension in that lead glute. Home stretch, everyone. And 3, 2, 1, and switch.
Yeah.
There we go, right into it. Feels a lot better than 60 seconds, huh?
Whew.
Don't be confused. Don't find this confusing as if you're being babied this time around. That is very much not the case, especially when we get to the burners.
Yeah, think of that total workout volume on the muscle groups.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Well done, everybody. All right, hit the floor for those resisted half T's. Remember, you're either doing this with knees down or you're gonna do a quadruped knee raise. Those are your options. So Jarrett's tensioned up on the band here. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So he's gonna start with his knees down. So the knees down version, you're gonna feel the majority of the work in the middle back as you pull that band under you. You're gonna have that shoulder blade retracting. It's a great exercise for the golf swing because we rely a lot on our scapular glide to control what the upper body does in the golf swing. So he's lifted the legs now to spice it up a little bit. That's gonna bring more of an anti-rotation component to it. And 3, 2, 1, and switch. So he's gonna rotate around there. Get all set up. So find the appropriate amount of tension on your band at home. You got the band looped underneath that weight-bearing arm. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds. So again, he's starting with those knees down. He's really focusing on that lead arm pull. In the golf swing, you can think of, what that lead arm is doing as you come through, but also what that trail arm does on the backswing. He's got the knees up. So here you're gonna feel more of a pull into rotation towards the wall. And 3, 2, 1, and done. Well done, everybody. So take a short breather, get a drink. We are gonna have just a tiny bit of a break there to recover for our second set of work on that one. How you feeling?
Good, yeah.
Any cues there that you want to throw in there?
Just a lot of muscles working together, so focus on breathing and just keeping that gentle abdominal breath going. Make sure you don't restrict that oxygen flow to your muscles.
Awesome. All right, let's get ready. Isometric lunge, 30 seconds per side. Here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Always remember to start with the same leg that you started on last time. We want to make sure that the amount of recovery time that each limb gets is equal. There we go.
And maybe for that reason, you want to start with your weaker side first.
There you go.
Give it some fresh love.
Good thought there. Good work, everybody. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. There we go, right into it. It's amazing how when I was doing this, the 30 seconds seems so long, but when I'm instructing it, it really goes by quite quickly.
It's theory of relativity right there.
Maybe I should leave you in there for a minute. Just kidding. Just kidding. Time under tension. Over the halfway point, everybody. Last set of isometric lunges for the whole workout. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom! You will see that's my favorite word. Okay, let's get into those resisted half T's. Hit the floor for your supersets. Jared's just found his tension. Get knocked down. Get ready at home, everybody. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So once again, he's starting with those knees down. Very controlled movement. Now, once you get the knees up, you're getting more of the obliques into the picture here because that band is wanting to pull you into rotation, but you're having to resist that with your entire body. So you're gonna feel it in the obliques, you're gonna feel it in the quads, you're gonna feel it in the arm and in the mid-back. Well done, Jarrett. You can hear him working. And 3, 2, 1. Well done, everybody. Switch around, find your tension. We are about to finish our last round of the primaries. Or not last round of the primaries, this superset, sorry. We got 2 more rounds of primary work.
Just getting started.
Just getting started. That'd be the worst workout ever. And 3, 2, 1, and go. There we go. So at the very beginning, your muscles are probably gonna feel more primed up after getting that first round complete because you might still be warming up all those muscles. Start to notice that your energy kind of peaks at certain points in the workout, and then you have to really grind it out to the finish. And 3, 2, 1, and done. Well done, everyone. Grab some water, grab a little breather. I am going to demo the next set of work. So, we have, just gonna lower that down slightly, a half kneeling low to high. So you're gonna get down in a half kneeling position here. You're gonna grab your band with your arm that's furthest from the door. You're gonna get into a nice half kneeling stance, lock in the hips there, and you're just gonna go from low to high. So it's kind of like I'm pulling a sword out from my belt, whatever you hold the sword with.
Sheath.
Sheath, there we go.
Unsheath.
And I'm staying stable. I'm wanting to be pulled towards the door and I'm wanting to muscle with my whole body, but really focus about just pulling the shoulder blade back and down and keeping your hips and everything square to the front of the room. That's gonna be supersetted with a Pallof glute bridge. So I'm just gonna move my belt pack And I'm gonna get onto my back. What I'm gonna do here is, you know what a glute bridge is, we've already done it, but I'm gonna tension up on my resistance band, which is gonna create some anti-rotation, and I'm gonna get up into my glute bridge, and then I'm gonna slowly press the band away from me, slowly pull it back down. So what I feel is I feel an increased pull towards the door as I get the lever or like my arms further away from me, and then it gets a little bit less as I come back down, and you'll feel your hips and your glutes having to work a little bit harder to stabilize your pelvis from rotating. So those are your exercises, 30 seconds each one and each side.
Perfect.
Ready to go? Let's get into position, find your tension. The outer leg should be the lead leg. Here we go. And so he's going from low to high. In 3, 2, 1, and go. There we go, everybody. I can hear the sharpness in the sword as you pull it out from your sheath. All done. So he's not rotating his whole body. If you're rotating your whole body to get that band up, you've got too much tension. He's really feeling the shoulder blade come back and down. He's going right up into a diagonal. And 3, 2, 1, and flip around. Three, 2, 1, and go. Second side. Good. Another note here is as he lifts the band up, he's not arching his back. So keep your lower ribs tucked, your core engaged, activate that back glute to keep the pelvis under you, and just draw up with control. I don't want to see any noodle backs doing that. 10 more seconds here, everybody. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, we are gonna switch around to get that glute tail off. Hit the deck. Okay. Everybody ready? Tension up on your band. Get it to your chest. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So he's got the pelvis lifted here. What he's doing also is he's got his toes lifted because that's a good cue for him to keep the work into the glutes. If you feel all the work in the back of the legs or the hamstrings or even some cramping, this is a good way to kind of recenter it into the glutes by activating the quads to tone down the hamstrings. Now that being said, you might have great glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Switch it around, quick pivot, reset your tension. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Now another cue too, if you were like, oh, I lifted my toes and I still felt the work on the back of the legs, you can take one of your resistance loops, place it around the knees, and just having to push into it will pre-engage your glutes before you lift the pelvis. Make sure the knees don't flare out there too much, Jarrett. Good. So like I said, he's resisting that pull towards the door. And 3, 2, 1. Good work, everybody. Come on down. So take a little breather, catch your breath for that second set of work. What's also great about this low to high is for those of you who struggle with a C posture or rounded back, it's really strengthening the lower trapezius and actually helping you reinforce a more neutral upper back, which is going to maximize rotation in your golf swing.
Therefore,
tips. Tips Tuesday. All right. So we are gonna get ready. Tension up on your band, half kneeling in 3, 2, 1, and go. Well done there. Nice. He just cued himself, made sure that those lower ribs were tucked, the abdominals were engaged. Contracting that trail leg glute to keep the pelvis locked in. 10 more seconds. Good. And 3, 2, 1, and flip her around. Good job, everyone. Here we go, second side. All right, here we go. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Are you gonna get sick of me counting? Never.
No way.
Maybe I'll have to switch to an A, B, C, go. There we we are. Ah, good correction, Jarrett. So he just corrected. He got a little bit of arch in the low back there, made that correction. Tuck the ribs in. Good control of breath. We got 3, 2, 1, done. Well done, everybody. Flip that around. We got our glute tail-offs. All right, so hit the floor, tension up on the band. If you weren't feeling much of a pull towards the door, you gotta tighten it up a little bit. And 3, 2, 1, and go. That's the beauty of resistance bands. If it's too easy, you just pull harder, tighten it up. You should also have different thickness of tubes at home, so you can always switch the band that you're using. Great work here. I love this variation. It's such a good way to change the amount of work in the glutes. Make it a little bit asymmetrical compared to a traditional glute bridge. And 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, flip her around. Last set of work for the second superset of primaries. Ready at home? 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. So hips are up. Well done here. Really controlling that rotation. This is a really popular exercise for golfers, for any sport that's rotational, which is most sports. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, everyone. Bring it down, grab a drink, take a little breather. I'm gonna show you your next exercise. So you're gonna grab a light dumbbell for this. We got squat jammers. So what you're gonna do, squat pivot jammers. You're gonna bring the dumbbell into your chest. You're going to pivot, press out, come back, pivot, press out, come back. And now what you'll notice is I'm staying low the entire time that I do this exercise. Controlling my weight shift. So pick your weight because you gotta do that for 30 seconds. Then what we have is a cross body hinge. So you're going to have the weight in the opposite hand as your lead leg, and you're going to hinge at the hips. I'm gonna show this from 2 angles. Hinge at the hips, loading that posterior glute there with a little bit of a shift, and come back up. So slowly loading here, and come back up. I'll show you from this angle. Watch how my back stays flat. I'm rotating over, and then coming back up. Rotating over, coming back up. So you're gonna feel a lot of work in that lead leg glute, okay? So those are your exercises. We got 30 seconds each one, and then repeat.
Let me at it.
All right, 30 seconds. Pivot dumbbell jammers, and 3, 2, 1, and go. Press out, good. So you're really gonna feel this in those legs because you're maintaining that low position. You're not coming up in between. Good. This exercise is called pivot and post for a reason. Gotta have some pivoting. 10 more seconds, everybody. Drive it home. And 3, 2, 1, and done. Great work, everyone. So we're now gonna go into our crossbody hinge on one side. All right, and 3, 2, 1, and go. So we got 30 seconds on each side. So you can see how he's leaning forward. He's got a little bit of a posterior weight shift in that lead leg. This is a little bit of a variation on a traditional Romanian deadlift because it has a rotational component to it. Really teaching you how to load that lead hip, which is exactly what we do in our golf swing. Load and explode, everybody.
Kablamo.
3, 2, 1. Well done. All right, switch it up. Other side. Getting ready to go. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So that back leg is just there for balance. You're on the ball of your back foot. Now only go as low as you can, keeping a proper hinge in your hips. I don't want you to have the flexibility to get to here and then round your back and crumple to get the rest of the way. Everybody's different. Everyone has different flexibility. I want you to maintain the integrity of the movement. I don't care if this is as far as you're able to go. I just want you to load the right muscles and execute with proper form. And 3, 2, one, and done. Well done. All right, take your little breather. Yeah, so a good analogy is when I see people in a yoga class and they're just trying to go the max depth of the pose, but they're absolutely obliterating their body doing it. We don't want that in this workout, any of these workouts at any point in time. So you modify for you. You do you, Jarrett.
That's it.
All right, so we're gonna get back to those pivot dumbbell jammers. Ready?
Let's go.
And 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice work. So your speed is going to depend on how fast you can pivot and get your weight centered. Maybe you're not going as fast as Jarrett. Maybe you're going faster. But just find what your tempo is, what is a comfortable tempo for you. It's not a race. And 3, 2, 1. Well done. Good stuff. How do legs feel after that one?
Woo.
You were pretty low. Good hip flexibility there. All right, let's get into our crossbody hinge. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So you've got this from another angle here. You can see how well he maintains that neutral spine with a little bit of rotation through it. And he's loading that hip. Good. Now, if you get really good at this one, or you found that that last one was too easy, there's always the option to up the weight. You just have to, work with what your body's telling you. 2, 1, and done. All right, switch it up. Here we go. Quick transition. And 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Or you can just squeeze the weight harder.
Grip strength.
Create that tension.
We got all kinds of tips here, everybody. There we go. Good work. Train with intent. That's what we're doing. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, everybody. We finished the primaries. We are going on to those burners. So I am going to show you the moves. We've got a slow bear kick under. And there's a few variations that you can do here. So you're going to start with a quadruped knee raise. So knees lifted. You can either just bring the foot down to tap. You're doing it slow and controlled on each side. Or what you can do is you can actually go for a leg lift as you pivot. Okay? And if you find that even too hard, what you could do is just tap your opposite knee with your hand, okay? Just for a little bit of a lighter core exercise. So up to you which variation you want to do. We're going to then go into alternating plank knee taps. So you're going to get into a high plank low plank, and I'm going to rotate, tap the knee, come back, rotate, tap the knee. There we go.
Those are hard ones.
Those are challenging. And so the next one we got shoulder tap, knees down to knees up. So you're going to get into a high plank for this one. And you're going to tap the shoulders. That's the knee up version. Come down, knees down, back up, knees up, back down, knees down. And now what you can do is you can stay down on the knees the whole time if you find that that's too difficult. Then your active recovery move is going to be an alternating knee tap down dog. So you're going to go knee, knee, and when I said knee, I meant knee and then ankle. So ankle, ankle. So you're going to go knee, knee, ankle, ankle. Okay? All right, we got 30 seconds of each one. Little breather, and then we're going to do it again. So we're going to start with those bear kick unders. And 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds, everyone. So that's the tapping down version. Good. There, he's getting the foot lifted. Again, at home, you're modifying to your abilities. Jarrett clearly was in Cirque du Soleil.
I just play around on the floor a lot.
2, 1. Well done, everybody. All right, quick transition. Alternating plank knee taps. So you're going to get down onto those forearms. And 3, 2, 1, and go. So you can either, I was showing with my hand coming down to my knee, but you can also bring your elbow down to your knee. It doesn't really matter. There we go. Jared's going for a really big rotation. Maybe you're just going for a light rotation. The amount of range that you push yourself on this one is going to change the level of difficulty. You can go for a slight pivot or you can go for a big pivot. 3, 2, 1, and done. Well done there, Jared. All right, we got the shoulder taps, knees down, shoulder taps, knees up. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, and go. So remember at home, maybe you're keeping your knees down the whole time, but this is designed to kind of work you into that full variation of it, where you're doing just shoulder taps with the knees lifted the entire time.
Keeping that core strong and just basically flexing the quads to get you up.
There we go. Another anti-rotation exercise. We're full of them. And 3, 2, 1, and done. Well done, everyone. You've got your active recovery move here. We've got the alternating knee tap, ankle tap, down dogs. 3, 2, 1, and go. There. So you can take this as fast or as slow as you like. I recommend slow, whereas this is your active recovery move. So you're really getting into the tissues there, getting a good lat stretch, hamstring stretch. If your hamstrings are really tight, you can bend the knees, and you can also just go for the knee touch, and you don't have to go for the full-blown ankle touch. There's always a way to dial it down. And 3, 2, 1. Well done. All right, everybody, take a breather, have a drink. We're getting ready for our second set, and then we got our conditioning. Pew, pew, pew. How you feeling, bud?
Feeling good, yeah. Just feeling strong, feeling ready to go.
All right. Let's hit the floor.
All right.
Slow bear kick unders in 3, 2, 1, and go. There we go. So Jared's getting right into it. Good control. Nice. 10 seconds, everybody. Kudos to you if you're doing the acrobatic version. And 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, alternating plank knee taps onto those forearms. And 3, 2, 1, and go. Jared, looked like you could have used a little bit more of a breather there, but
Yeah, I was trying.
save it to the end. I was like, get down there. Starting to count. Keep up. Over halfway, everybody. We got a real fun conditioning move for you at the end. And 3, 2, 1, done. All right. You got your shoulder taps, knees down to knees up. High plank. And 3, 2, 1, and go. How those obliques feeling?
Feeling good. Beach season's coming.
It's a little far off. We're in Canada.
Eh?
There we go. He's just pretending like he's sunscreening up those shoulders.
Yeah.
We're feeling crispy from the work, but definitely not the sun. And 3, 2, 1, and done. Active recovery, right into it. 3, 2, 1, and go. So going for that knee tap and that ankle tap. Big reach under here. Good. Remember, option to bend the knees or option to just touch the knees instead of the ankles. Nice. Embrace this. You're going to need it. We got a spicy conditioning round. Only one move, but you'll see why. And done. Well done, everybody. Take your breather. You're going to need it. Have a drink. So we have two 30-second sets of football fast feet with a hip switch. So football fast feet is getting a little bit low in the hips there, a slight bend in the knee, and you are just going as fast as you can on the balls of your feet. There's a little twist here, literally.
Pun intended.
So when I say go, you are going to do a hip switch. Alternating sides. Go. So you'll be doing fast feet. When I say go, switch and switch. Okay? All right, ready to go?
I thought
30
these
seconds,
days were done for
little
me.
breather. Jared is a former football player. All right, and 3, 2, 1, let's go. Fast feet, everybody, fast feet. Go. 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 And done.
Oh,
Take a breather, everyone. Have a drink. That was fun. Fun for me.
Quadzilla.
Quadzilla. All right, everybody. You're probably feeling pretty gassed. Grab what's left in the tank because you have one more set of 30 seconds, and then we're done and we're getting into our cool down. How you doing, bud?
It's a long 30 seconds.
It is a long 30 seconds.
We're in it together,
you know,
though,
it's even
folks.
long on my
We're in it
end.
together.
I'm just like watching it, and I'm like, I feel like I'm out of breath. It's like hysteria. Like just, I'm feeling it. All right, everybody, here we go. Get ready. I know that didn't seem like a very long break, but we're getting into it. 3,
That's it. Strong
2,
finish.
1, and go. Strong finish, everybody. Strong finish. Fast feet. Go. 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 Done. Ah. That was amazing.
Mamma mia.
Great work, everybody. Give the heart rate a chance to settle. We're gonna go right into a quad stretch, okay? So we are just gonna grab a wall for support or just balance. Here we go.
Good job, team.
Gentle breathing. Good work, champ. Woo-woo. Back to your Acadia days, eh?
That's right. Acadia.
Axeman. No. Yes,
Yep.
Axeman, right? Okay.
You got it.
Clearly, I'm not a football player. I also went to school in Newfoundland. All right, switch it up. Other side. Good work, everyone. So if you weren't sweating by the time you got to the burners, you should be sweating now.
Yeah.
Done, everyone. All right, we're gonna go for a good little lat reach under. So you're gonna put one arm up against the wall, and you're just gonna reach under nice and slow, pivoting the hips. Maybe reaching a little further each time. So you're gonna feel this all the way down the side of your body. Good. Last one here, and then you're gonna switch it up. Good. Other side. Great work there, Jarrett. And go. Excellent. Don't skip these cool downs.
This is your reward.
It is your reward.
Oh.
I want you to picture me sitting there nagging you. Good. And one more. Nice. All right, so we're gonna come down to the floor. And I'm gonna get you to put your feet out in front of you. You're gonna step one foot, or your right foot over your left leg. And then this may be as far as you go. You may just hug the knee here, or you're gonna go to bring the left arm to the outside of the knee for a little bit of a twist. You're gonna really feel as you push that knee over with the elbow, you're gonna feel a big stretch in the glute. Try to keep your spine long. So imagine that there's a string on the top crown of your head pulling you long. I don't want you crumpled forward. It's hanging out. All right, and coming back to center, switch your Rooney. Plugging that knee in. There we go. Now this is my tighter side. You'll probably notice that you have a tighter side. And you find in general, golfers are more flexible on their hind leg that they move into for their backswing than they are their lead leg.
Stable side and dexterous side.
There you go. All right, and come back to center. You're gonna get your feet just outstretched in front of you. We're gonna go for a big hamstring stretch. You're just gonna hinge at the hips, reaching for the toes. Maybe you're not making it to the toes. That's okay. We're going in that general direction. I just want you to feel it on the backs of the legs. right, and we're gonna go to a seated butterfly. Feet together. Get your knees as your little wings there, and then maybe you just get a little bit more passive with it. Drop the head, around the spine. Jared's rocking, kind of changing the angles on the hip joints
Massaging
there.
my glutes a little bit.
Do you want some tennis balls? Might need those. All right, and the last thing we're gonna finish with is you're gonna get down into a low crouch. Maybe you've got your back against the wall for balance. You're gonna press your elbows into the inner thighs. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually rocking back and forth, not only to mobilize my hips, but I'm working the dorsiflexion of my ankles. So I'm gonna lean into it as much as I can on each side. Ankle mobility is really important for being able to maintain a stable posture throughout your swing. It's very underrated. Also super functional for being able to perform a squat. Am I right? Am I right?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
So correct. The ankle restriction leads to a lot happening in the squat. You know, high butt, folding forward. If you can't get that proper dorsiflexion, you're going to find room to move elsewhere.
There we go. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna place your hands on the floor. You're gonna straighten up into a forward fold. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll up one spinal segment at a time. So you're gonna tuck your tailbone towards the floor first. Get the pelvis rolled back and under you. Each vertebra, one at a time. Activating those multifidus muscles, little stabilizers, till we come right up. Great work, everybody. That's your first pivot and post.